It's Mike at 18 Reasons. Yesterday we made a whole bunch of different garlic products. Garlic confit, roasted garlic, garlic paste. Today I'm going to use it to make a dish I learned in the very early 80s in the restaurant business. It was all the rage back then. We called it killer bread. And I know of at least one sous chef who got their job by making killer bread. Well, we're going to start with a relatively cheap loaf of bread. We didn't have good bread in the 80s. Just going to cut it in half, and then I'm going to take the roasted garlic and thyme oil we had left from confiting the garlic, and I'm going to paint this oil on the inside of the loaf. I've got my oven preheated to 375 degrees, so I like toasting the bread first. Then we're going to add the garlic and cheese mix. By toasting the bread first, we get a bit of a crust and a texture on our bread. And like I said yesterday, this garlic thyme oil tastes really good. So with that painted, I'm going to put it on a rack and drop it into the oven for about 5 minutes. So while that bread is baking, I've got 4 ounces of butter. I've got my 2 cloves of pureed garlic. I've got 4 of my garlic confit. I'm going to just smash that up a bit, give it a quick chop, then add that into my butter. Those are delicious. I'm going to take a nice couple cloves of our roasted garlic and squeeze those out into the butter. Yum. Just like that. One more for good measure. I've got a fat pinch of red chili pepper and a teaspoon of garlic powder. That goes in. 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise. And about 1/3 of a cup of grated Parmesan cheese. All of this is just going to get mixed together. The mayonnaise makes almost a souffle effect on the top of the garlic bread. And then we have garlic 4 ways here. We have the fresh paste, we have the confit, we have the powder, we have the roasted garlic. Heck, we've got garlic and thyme oil. We've got garlic more ways than I can even count accurately happening. So I'm just mixing up the mayonnaise and the butter and the 5 kinds of garlic and the chili pepper flake into a nice combination. Going to spread this on the inside of the bread and then bake it for 12-15 minutes afterwards. So the bread's come out of the oven. It's got that nice toasty garlicky smell already happening on it. I'm going to divide my killer bread mix on both halves. You can hear the little crunch of the bread from it being toasted. I don't like soggy bread, so by pre-toasting the bread before we put the butter on, we've added that layer of texture. And then here we go, spreading on the love. Both sides. We're going to bake this at 375 degrees for about 13-15 minutes, right around there. And if you want extra credit, we'll finish it off under the broiler for just a moment. But that's ready to go into the oven. We'll be back in 15 minutes. Is 15 minutes in the oven. Killer bread is out. 5 different kinds of garlic ready to go. This is Mike at 18 Reasons. Let's cook together.